Whitney, what's going on?
What is up? How are you?
I'm good, but listen, honestly, we are talking way too soon. Like this should happen like later on in the game. You know what I mean? What's going on?
You're telling me. I thought for sure I was going to be here for at least the final like six.
What happened? What the heck happened?
Everything happened. I was connected with the chaotic monster in the very beginning. I was in a team with another monster. I preached girl power in a house that was losing men left and right. I feel like everything went wrong.
What about this? When you get the reveal that Julie says to you about this super alliance with 77 different people, your eyes were like, oh my God.
I could see a lot of the connections. I honestly knew a lot of them were working together. I couldn't believe that there were 8 people working together. I thought for sure maybe around 6. So that was shocking, but yeah, I'm ready for them to implode.
You have 2 hands. I want you to count on both hands how many alliances you knew of inside the house and give me some of the names of the time that you were
I
involved.
can give you like the ones that I was in. So
Okay.
Slaughterhouse Butchers, the Rat something, I don't even know, the Mob and the Mafia were the ones that I was in. And now I've learned about the Cookout and the Royal Flush. So far I know about 7.
Isn't that incredible? Only this way into the game, what is it, like 30 days or something? And there's already that much
Literally 30
activity.
days into the house, and there's already 7 alliances that I know about. That's including, like, I'm sure Derek X and freaking Kyland probably have another little alliance within that alliance. Like, I don't even know. It's
Sneaky
wild.
people, hey, sneaky, man.
Freaking sneakers. Oh, I want to go back and watch. I cannot wait to see how everything unfolded. It's
I'm gonna let you experience that for yourself. I'm not gonna wreck it for you, but I need to know off the bat. The minute you get into the house, when you're sizing up your competition and your potential friends you're gonna play with and against and whatnot, what goes through in your heart and in your mind the first steps in that house going, okay, all right, it's game time now?
Well, the team twist threw a lot of that for a loop, because automatically I thought like, okay, like this person looks like a good competitor. I'm going to align myself with them. This person looks great. I'm going to align myself with them. And then we got thrown the team twist. It was like, well, shh. That just got rid of everything that I thought I wanted to do. So I don't know. It's really hard because in that house, game changes literally by the hour, not even by the day. Specifically, the first week we're in there when Frenchie kind of changed the game minute by minute. So there really was no forming any sort of idea of what you want to do, because one day you could have one idea of what you think will happen and the next day it's entirely different. So it was just utter chaos.
Why did these boys not listen to you? Like in the beginning, with Frenchie being all crazy and then Brent's trying to be a little crazy and you're like, yeah, just bring it down a couple of notches. And they're like, yeah, they're not listening.
Oh, it's so frustrating because I could see what was going wrong with their game. And I'd have a conversation with each of them like, hey, this is what you're doing. This is why you're a target. If you switch this up, you can fix this still. And both of them were just like, well, I am what I am. And people can't handle that. It's like, this is within your control. You can fix this. And yeah, it was just incredibly frustrating to be a part of and to witness.
Gotta say shout out to the amount of strong women in the house this season, man. Like honestly, the women are running things from day one. And can you give some props to some of the ladies in there, including yourself, that were literally like, we got this?
Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen a season with so many strong female competitors before. Like, and women who are strong-minded and don't just do what the guys say. And like, big props to all the girls in the house. Honestly, I really pray that a girl does win this season. So hopefully they continue where they're going so far. But yeah, it's been a huge blessing to be a part of such a amazing cast.
Whitney, now from the outside looking in, give me 2 names of people that they have to knock out of the house next. Who needs to go next?
Oh, freaking Christian and Derek X, obviously. Yeah. They're the biggest competitors that we've seen as far as winning comps. They have a great social game, but honestly, I think they're both very sneaky at the same time. So ideally they would be out, but realistically, I don't think they will be. I think that'll be weeks down the road.
Is Alyssa in a better or worse position because she's aligned with Christian, a little showman's action going on and whatnot? Is that good for her, or maybe she should be like, yo, wake up?
I don't think she's going to change. I don't think there's any waking up. I think she's full blown showmance at this point. So there will be no waking up happening. She's a part of the biggest, strongest alliance from what we've seen so far. So I think that puts her in a good position. I think she's using the flirtatiousness or her flirtatious nature to get her further in the game. But I do think that can make her a target for the cookout people, whatever they are, alliance. So like maybe that will hurt her as far as that alliance goes, but in her own alliance, I think ultimately that's what made her be able to be in that position in the first place.
So listen, you literally just 3 seconds ago, you're out of the house now, we're chatting, basically, you had a night to think about it. Where do you think your game zigged when you should have zagged? What could you have done to potentially, stay a little bit longer in this house?
Honestly, I didn't fall asleep until about 2 a.m. because that's all I could think about. Right. Was what happened? What could I have changed? And what are they doing now? And oh man, I miss these people. And there were so many thoughts. I think one of my biggest issues was I did align myself with these chaotic monsters in the very beginning. Frenchie was my closest connection from day one. And then Brent was in my team. And if I would have not associated myself with them, I think I could have made it a lot further in the game. So yeah, that's one of my biggest issues is I'm not the most observant person and I'm very naive. And I think I should have seen things a lot clearer than I did.
Give me the name of one guy and one girl you would love to see in the final two if it was that way, one guy, one girl at the end where you would have to have, oh God, if you're on the jury, you'd have a tough decision picking between.
Oh, easy. I want X and Sarah Beth in the final.
Wow. Okay. Just like that.
Easy. Yeah. Easy question. Ever since I left the house, those are the people that I would love to absolutely win. Even when I was still in the house, that's who I kind of saw winning in the first place. I think they're both very intelligent people. I think they have a wonderful social game, and I think they're really strong competitors. So I really do see each of them going really far.
I'm curious to know, between Hannah and Whitney, who is the stronger player in your eyes and has a chance of potentially making it until, maybe the end?
I don't think either of them are going to make it to the end. I would love for Hannah to make it to the end. I love Whitney as a person, but I think Whitney already being on the block twice, unfortunately, that does make you an easy target later on because people don't feel like they're getting extra blood on their hands. So I do see Whitney probably being the person out next week. And then I see Hannah following not long after. I think people can tell that Hannah is very smart. So I think she has a huge capability of winning those mental comps, which makes her a threat. And she's very liked and loved in the house. So I think it'll be Whitney and then Hannah next.
Speaking of liked and loved, man, Derek F just seems like such an awesome person to be around.
Derek F. I love Derek F. I think he's hilarious. And I could see myself going and visiting his friends while he's still in the house and hopefully doing a few videos with them and getting to know them while he's gone. I adore him. We'll be friends outside the house.
Whitney, if you had literally 10 seconds to whisper anything to one person inside that house right now, it could be whatever you want. Who would it be and what would you want to tell them now?
Oh, that's a hard question. Because the people that I want to save in the house are Sarah Beth and X, but they're already working together and they're working in the big alliance. So I can't even warn them about the big alliance because they already know. Probably Hannah. I'd probably warn Hannah to not trust Derek X because he is in the cookout alliance with her, but I think his main allegiance would be with the royal flesh. So I'd probably tell her to watch out and be careful with him and not to throw any comps if they try to convince her to do so, because she's most likely a target coming up.
Honestly, it was awesome watching you this season. I wish we would have seen more of you. You know what I mean?
You and me both. But maybe another show.
Yeah, if they called you and said this show, that show, or if they said potentially, pick somebody from this season and go on Amazing Race with them, who would you pick?
Oh my gosh, I would love to do Amazing Race. That was one of my goals. If I were to make it far and if Amazing Race wanted me, I would go in a heartbeat.
Who comes with from this season?
Because I have a crush on him, probably X. But I don't know. Probably X. He'd be really fun. Even if we didn't win, I just think it'd be really fun.
He would be he would be. Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out. And listen, hopefully we see you again in the future on whatever show that may be. So thank you.
Oh, I would love that. You were such a great interviewer. I had a lot of fun.
Woo!
Woo, let's go.